Hello everyone and welcome to our scientific journey. Today I am so excited to share an experiment that explores how different materials interact with heat. We will see what happens when we put on a balloon filled with air, a balloon filled with water, and a plastic bag to the test against fire. Let's dive into the world of heat, material properties, and maybe a bit of cooking science. Before we begin, let's talk setup. We have gathered three main characters in today's experiment: an air-filled balloon, a water-filled balloon, and a plastic bag. Each of them will face a fiery challenge. Will they survive or will they succumb to the heat? Our goal is to observe and understand why they react the way they do. We need two balloons and water, and then lighter. I want to use this one and then this one, and then two plastic bags, and safe location to conduct the experiment. I want to use this one. Okay. First up, our air-filled balloon. Let's start. I want to use air-filled balloon. I'm scared that balloon burst. Okay, I made an air-filled balloon. And then I'm scared. Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna start a water-filled balloon. Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna use my water tap a little bit. I opened the doors for my safety. Okay, I made a water-filled balloon. Let's start second experiment. Okay, nothing happens. Okay. So, first up, our air-filled balloon predictions. Anyone, well, upon introducing our balloon to the flame, it popped almost instantly. The reason is simple. The rubber material's heat up weakens, and since the air inside expands when heated, it increases the pressure until pops. Next, the water-filled balloon. This time, something interesting happened. Despite the flame, it didn't pop, right? It didn't pop for quite some time. Why? Water has a high specific heat capacity, meaning it absorbs a lot of heat before its temperature rises. It acts as a heat sink, protecting the rubber from the immediate effect on the heat. Science for the win. Okay, lastly, our plastic bag. Let's see. I'm scared. I made a water-filled plastic bag, right? That's it. Oh yeah, it's pop, right? So after that, I'm gonna use a water-filled plastic bag, right? I'm gonna pour the empty plastic. Okay. Wow, it is so amazing, right? Lastly, our plastic bag here resulted varied. While some might expect it to melt or catch fire immediately, it actually resisted the heat longer than the air-filled balloon. This is due to the thickness of plastic and its properties. However, it's not invincible and can eventually melt or burn, releasing potentially harmful chemicals, which is why we don't recommend cooking with just any plastic bag. Can you cook in a plastic bag? Speaking of cooking, can you cook in a plastic bag? Yes, with a technically called sous vide. Well, food vacuum sealed in a bag and cooked to perfection in a water bath and controlled temperature. But it's closer to use food grade plastic bags designed for cooking to avoid any chemical reaching into food. This experiment isn't just fun, it has real world applications. Understanding how materials react to heat is crucial in fields like materials science, culinary art, and even space exploration, from designing safer packing to perfecting cooking methods. The principles we observed today have wide reaching implications. To wrap up, our experiment highlights the fascinating ways in which simple materials interact with heat. The humble balloon taught us about heat capacity and material properties, while our foray into plastic bags touched on the importance of using the right materials for the right purposes. Thank you for joining me on a scientific adventures. Thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna add my explanation. Fireproof balloons and plastic bag exploring heat transfer. I told you already materials needed and then shifters. So we can observe this result. Air-filled balloons likely pops almost immediately when exposed to fire to rapid heating and expansion of air. When placed under fire, the air inside heats up and expands, leading to a high likelihood of the balloon bursting quickly. Air does not conduct heat well, causing the rubber materials of the balloon to heat up and damage rapidly. Second experiment is a water-filled balloon. Does not pop as quickly, we said, right? Oh, not at all. Because water has a higher heat capacity than air, observing much of the heat. Water has a high heat capacity, meaning it absorbs and conducts heat well. Therefore, when under fire, the water inside the balloon absorbs the heat and distributes it evenly, preventing the balloon from bursting. This phenomenon occurs because water effectively absorbs and disperses the heat, making a water-filled balloon less likely to burst. Third, a plastic bag will likely melt or catch fire due to low heat resistance and direct contact with flame. Lastly, a water-filled plastic bag, water can absorb heat and thus delay the melting or burning of the plastics to some extent, but the outcome may vary depending on the material or the use of the plastic. Science behind the phenomenon. First, heat transfer conduction. Direct contact transfers heat from flame to balloon's contents and then to balloon material. Convection fluid movement. In water-filled balloon, which distributes heat internally. Radiation, electromagnetic waves from flame hit the balloon surface directly. The second, the thermal conductivity. Air, although conductivity, energy transfer between molecules is inefficient due to large distance. Water, higher conductivity than air, molecules are closer, facilitating better energy transfer. Plastic conductivity is between air and water. Specific conductivity varies by plastic type, but generally melts on different easily with heat. There is a specific heat capacity. Water, high specific heat capacity means it can absorb more heat with less temperature rise. Makes water-filled balloons more resistant to heat from the flame. Air, lower specific heat capacity. Air heats up faster than water for the same amount of heat energy, leading to quicker expansion and bursting of air-filled balloons. Cooking with a plastic bag directly exposed to flame is not recommended due to the risk of melting or combustion and the potential for harmful chemicals to leak into food. However, in controlled temperature water bath, such as sauce-fried cooking, food-grade plastic bag can be safely used. We can use this phenomenon to practical applications. First, firefighting. The high specific heat capacity of water is utilized in fire suppression. Water effectively absorbs heat, helping to cool and extinguish flames. Second, cooling system. Water can be used to remove heat generated by various machines or electronic devices. This principle is applied in cooling systems for computers and in car radiators. That's it. Thank you. Thank you for watching my video. Bye.